right here, head and I turn, makes it easy. Do another head and I turn, makes it easy. And we're gonna go ahead and aim for these two cones. We'll look up, apply, I can't even talk, progressive brake pressure, boom, we're in it. Very good, let's go ahead and go around it. Now, if you like these cones, let me know. These are 6-inch cones, they're a little bit high, narrow, very easy to see compared to those little itty bitty cones you get anywhere else, if you know what I mean. And cutting up tennis balls is a great alternative, but once again, they're a little bit small. These ones are made out of really good rubber that you get normally from construction cones. These are heavy duty, heavy duty. Let me know if you like them. We're prototyping them right now. So here we go. Going around this one. Now remember, we got this second one right here that we got to go around, so let's go wide. So let's go ahead and go wide. Let's go ahead and go around this one and this one. Here we go. Go nice and wide if you have to. Use all the space you have available. There's no metal for doing a U-turn super duper tight in real life in a parking lot. Utilize everything you possibly need. Not all of it. Don't go like crazy. I'm going to take every single inch. No, because then you could mess up. But make sure you utilize what's comfortable to you. Okay? There's no need to go super hardcore, knee dragging, none of that stuff. You just need to make that turn. Remember, this is a 40 by 60 area. All right, once again, we're going to go around this. We're going to go around this middle one, go nice and wide, head and I turn. So it makes it easier. I don't have to go back in. I can go wide. I'm going to go wide around these two cones. Aim for this cone over here. And brake. And that's it. That is the snake. We're going to be moving on to the moderate exercises. These ones are going to be a little bit harder. And the main focus on the moderates are going to be a lot more complexity. You can only do so much with turns, U-turns, figure eights. You got to make it complex. You make it narrow, make it wide, make it fast, make it slow. And that's what we're going to start doing. So make sure you guys hit subscribe over here at Motorcycle Training Concepts. All right, everybody, we have the snake dose. It's 2. And what we're going to be doing is doing a nice little easy U-turn around this first cone. And it's going to be a little bit difficult. I said nice and easy, but it's going to be a little bit difficult. Go around these two, go back around one, go back around one, and exit out. Let's go ahead and demonstrate it so you know what I'm talking about. All right, so set yourself up for success on this one. Go nice and wide. Look. Now it's easy. You go around 2. Okay, but guess what? We're going to have to get right in the middle, set ourselves up for this next one, which is going to be a little bit harder because it's around 1 and then around 1. So here we go, going around 1. Get ready to turn around 1. I'm already looking the other way, and I want to apply progressive brake pressure in between these two cones. So let's go ahead and do that 2 more times. Now the main things here is that you're going to be focused on head and eye movement consistently. You're like boom, 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 boom. You want to make sure you are looking where you want to go. You don't get caught up on the cone you're about to pass. If you're looking down, you're going to not make the next cone. So here we go. Nice and easy around this first cone. Oh yeah, here we go. Very easy. Look. Get ready to look. I'm looking the other way. I'm using my peripheral vision for these nice tall cones. Look at that cone. As soon as I get around it, I'm looking at the next one. I don't even care about the cone I'm about to pass. I'm not looking at this cone anymore. I'm looking at this. Put my foot down. I went a little too slow. So if that happens, not a biggie. That just means I got to practice. So let's go ahead and make it one more time. Let's figure it out. Let's not do it too slow. What I failed to do there was I failed to do counter weighting. And I let go of the clutch a little bit too much, so I lost a little bit of power, so the motorcycle slowed down, and gravity wanted me. So, to fix that, counterweight a little bit more, play around with friction zone a little bit more, make sure the speed is consistent. Here we go. So if that happens to you, that's probably what happened. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Once I get close to this other cone, I'm already looking at the next one. So now I'm here, look at the next one. Now I'm here, look at this next one. And apply progressive brake pressure with the handlebars straight. Don't want to have your handlebars turned, you'll go ahead and drop the bike. So this one really helps out the head and eye movement and the U-turns, making them narrow, making them wide, all of that fun stuff. But if you're too bored of this and you just really love the exercise, try to do it as slow as possible, or next. Let's go ahead and jump into that. All right, we just finished the Snake 2. We're going to be jumping into the Boxer's Glove. It's a lot like the Snake 2 at the beginning, but then it gets a little switcheroo up. So let's go ahead and jump into that. All right, so we're going to go around this first one just like the Snake 2. And we're going to go wide around these two. But instead of going in the middle like we did with Snake 2, we're going to go around it and then come into the middle, but then cut it a little bit short after the second cone. So you can kind of do this, cut it short, but then go boom, get right into it, but then you have to stop. Now it's a little bit different. This one's set up for a little bit more speed than the Snake 2 and some of these others. So you can have a little bit of fun. So let's go ahead and increase the speed just a teeny tiny bit. Here we go. Let's go ahead and do it. So you're just going to go around. Now here you can go ahead and give it just a little bit of speed because you know it's going to be a nice little wide arc, but I do have some gravel right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it in, speed it up, go around, apply the brakes. All right, here we go. Going around, having some fun. Now going wide once again. Now remember, we're going to come back in. So I'm going to go ahead and maintain a good arc. And I know I have to go around this cone right here. So I'm going to go ahead and aim for it, but then aim for the end and apply the brakes. Let's go ahead and jump into the Dizzy Bike. All right, everybody, we have the Dizzy Bike. This is a bunch of loops. It's around 2 cones every single time, but it's all right-handed turns. Now, if you have any issues with curbs on the sides, this might be hard for you, so utilize all of the area. So I'm going to try to keep this nice and close to this outside cone because if I didn't have any room, I have to make sure I could utilize the little bit I do have. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to cut these outside ones nice and narrow.
Nice and narrow. Nice and narrow. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing okay. You guys can hear me, right? The music's kind of loud. Yeah? Okay. Today we're going to change it up just a little bit. I know every single day we talk about motorcycle crashes and close calls and EMS and all that stuff. We're still going to do that. We got 2 videos here. My leg just went through the... But we're going to do something a little different. We're going to start off with a lesson, do a crash video, and do another lesson. We're going to go over some of the Smart Rider Basic Training e-course stuff. But once again, we do have rescue kits. This is the Slim Rescue Kit. It's one of our most inexpensive ones. It has pretty much a lot of the bleeding control stuff that you need. You still get the patch, scissors. The only thing you don't get is the tourniquets. Right now it's on sale. Check it out. Link is in the description for the rescue kits. This is one of them. It's the old style one. It's the one that rips right open. You get the rescue card right inside. Plus, you get to choose what kind of gloves, what size you want. But with that said, let's go ahead and go in class. Let's go ahead and go over Unit 1, Lesson 1, and then we'll head into the crashes. Whew. So these are the Smart Rider drills. So if you want to do that too, we got the Smart Rider drill booklet. Make sure you guys check that out. So let's get out of this one. We do got some videos here, but what we're going to be doing is going over this. What the heck? That's not what I wanted. It's funny how it was working earlier. Hey, there's me at the fire station. There we go. How's everybody doing today? Let's go ahead and sign into class. We got 40 of you signed in. Let's see if we can get to 100 people signed in. How do you sign in, everybody? You click that like button. That's how you sign in. You click that like button. Need Patriots signed up for an MSF class, 2-hour private lessons. Woo-wee. You're going to have a good time. You're going to learn a lot. Yeah, this isn't the Dumb Rider Academy. This is a Smart Rider Academy. We're going to be talking about the awareness stages real quick, and then we got some crashes and close calls. I'm pretty upset, though. Nobody has talked about my haircut. Nobody's even noticed my haircut. Shows you how much Everybody cares about me. Yay. Did it myself last night. Cut off about 4 inches. Some of you guys know how long that is. No Diet Dr. Peppers today. We got a Zevia cream soda pop. All right, everybody, we're gonna be going over this. We're gonna do one lesson, and then we're gonna jump into the crashes. Do another lesson, jump into the crashes. Okay, we're gonna test this out, see how it goes. So here we go. So first and foremost, what we're gonna be talking about here is going to be Unit 1, Lesson 1. This is part of the Smart Rider Basic Training e-course that we have going on right now. If you want to join up, it's only $4.99 your first month. You can take this 3-hour plus class. We're only going to showcase 2 to 3 lessons today. This is going to be the first one. Now, we have a whole introduction section on telling you what you need, how much room you need for your training, and how long and how to use this stuff. So today, though, we're going to be focusing on some of the more important stuff, which is going to be that situational awareness, because we're going to be doing some crash reviews, and you need to know what the color code awareness stages are. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. So right here, we got the goal for all of you rookies is you're gonna be able to identify the MTC awareness stages. That's gonna be huge when it comes to riding through intersections, going through curves. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, you'll learn the white, yellow, orange, red, and brown stages. It's a pretty simple lesson. Okay, we're just kind of getting the introduction here. Excuse me. You'll be able to navigate each stage because it is fluid. You're changing from yellow, orange, red, hopefully never red, but yellow, orange, orange, yellow, yellow, orange, back and forth, back and forth. Red is an emergency, which we'll be talking about. So this is me on the ride. When I'm riding around, I'm planning my ride. We'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later, especially during the crash stuff. But we got zoned out. Let's go ahead and make myself giant right here. So we got possibility of being zoned out. We got yellow stage here, orange, red, and brown. We're going to dive deep into these ones real soon. Here we go. We got white stage. Now, white stage, think about white stage as when you're sitting on the couch doing nothing. Okay, you're watching your favorite TV show. Moon Knight just came out yesterday with its season finale. You know, you be sitting there, you're watching everything, you're having a great time, completely unaware of things. You don't even know that your dog's taking a dump in the corner. You're so engrossed into the Moon Knight or whatever show that you're watching. Your white stage, think of it as you're sleeping, awake sleeping at that point. Highway hypnosis is a big thing when it comes to white stage. You know, you drive home from work and you don't even know how you went 10, 15, 20 miles. You're just daydreaming. That is zoning out. Motorcycle riders like to get on a motorcycle to zone out, to get away from life's terrible stuff that's happening. You know, you got to fight with a boss. You got to fight with yourself. You know, you don't like certain things about yourself, so you're getting upset. So you go for a ride. You want to zone out. That's not what we're here for. We want to meditate when we're zoned in, which is going to be that yellow stage. Anything that you're having to focus in, be in the moment, basically grounding yourself to reality at the moment. You're not thinking of the past. You're not thinking of the future. Thinking of the future is anxiety. Thinking of the past is depression. Things that you could have done or you should do. That's where you start to get into these crazy things. There's nothing you can really do in your mind. It's all about action. So when you're out riding on a motorcycle, you're in the moment. You're in action. You're in the action, not in action. You're in the action. You're focused on seeing if there's hazards, and you're really only thinking about 5 to 20 seconds at a time, 20 seconds ahead at a time versus 5 years, 10 years. What's your 4-year plan? What's going to happen next week? You're not thinking about that stuff. You're thinking about right now, and that's what yellow stage is. So you're mostly in yellow stage. If you're riding on the interstate long distance, you're pretty much in yellow stage most of the time unless you see something. When you're riding in town, you're going to be flipping and flopping between orange and yellow, yellow and orange. But the main thing here is that this is going to be the stage that you're typically going to be riding in. This should be your default stage. So start thinking about that. So orange stage, hey, how you doing, buddy? Orange stage is when you start to see something. Your gut's telling you, that's pretty interesting. What's going on? What's going on? Remember, your gut, your stomach area has a lot of neurons, actually. So think of it as almost your second brain. A lot of the dopamine that you produce in your body comes from your gut, not up here. So there's a lot of cool things that happen when it comes to your gut. You get that gut feeling. You get, what's going on? Then you use your cognitive portion of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, to be able to say, hey, let's think about it. What's going on? And the more practice you have, it's almost instant. And that's what we're trying to do here with these after action reviews. And that's what we're trying to do here now using color codes, because it's easy to remember colors and patterns versus, what is a Kia Sportage doing? Is that even a real vehicle? I don't know. But the thing is, here is orange stage. So the defaults here is going to be intersections, corners, and anytime you see the side of the vehicle, means it's a possible intersection in and of itself. Okay, it doesn't have to have lights to be an intersection. So default intersection, you see lights ahead, you see side of the vehicle almost on a side street, go into orange stage, be ready to act, cover your brakes, get ready to find that escape path, look for where you need to go, and hopefully nothing happens. And we're going to be talking about red stage after this. Orange stage, probably about 20% of your ride. Okay, every time you go in an intersection, orange stage. Every time you leave the intersection, go back to yellow. Relax, zone in again. Right here, red stage, no buenos. This is not going to be something that you really, really want to be in. But you know what? If this is reality. Things happen. Car pulls out in front of you. A little BMW right here wants to pull out in front of you. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You got to do something. If you don't do anything, inaction will cause you to crash. Inaction will cause you to get hurt. Inaction will cause you to do something that you did not want to do. So you're going to have to actually act. And this is where, when you zone in, you go into orange stage, you know your escape paths, you planned your ride, you know what you need to do. It's time to do it. Now, how do you do it? That's the thing. Have you practiced your swerves? Have you practiced your emergency braking? Have you practiced anything? If you're just getting on the road and you know how to shift, you just know how, the road rules, and you're just kind of cruising along, not really paying attention, something happens, you don't know what to do. And that's the whole point of being a smart rider, is being able to maintain your fundamental skills and actually go out there and practice, go out there and train like your life depends on it, because it really does. When something like this happens, you need to have that instinctual response of, boom, here we go. We're going to swerve. We're going to emergency brake. We're going to do this. I had to do that in California a couple weeks ago in a lane filtering incident where somebody pulled out in front of me. Instinctually, I applied some brakes to figure out what's going on, to reduce my speed, and then I had to swerve because I wasn't going to stop in time. So there's those things like that. So make sure you practice. You're actively engaged in emergency response. Now, this right here is like red stage, but not. When we talked about doing inaction, not doing anything, it turns into brown stage. Okay, you guys can figure out why it's brown. You got a little poo-poo in the pantalones, you got a little caca. Just little things like that. So that's why it's brown stage. You didn't do anything, or you did the wrong thing. You went into a panic. So when I talk about emergency swerves, emergency braking, progressive brake pressure, if you don't know what that is, that's what this is right here. You can pause it if you want. When you get into an emergency situation, somebody pulls out in front of you, you slam the brakes. Okay, when you do that, hopefully you have ABS. If you don't, you're going to lock up the tires, lose traction, and dump the bike. When you need to swerve, but you can't because you weren't planning your ride, you don't have any escape paths, you put yourself in a box, you're going to panic, you're going to screw up. If you just freeze because you target fixate on a vehicle pulling out in front of you or coming at you, you decide to just freeze and you go straight towards it, that's a brown stage. Rev bombing and not doing a single thing to get yourself out of the situation, it's a brown stage. So it's no buenos, it's not something you want to do. So when it comes to the review, let's go back to the very beginning here. So we got the white stage, we got zoned out. Okay, we're completely zoned out, you're asleep. Yellow stage, you're zoned in, you're meditating to the ride, you're focused, you're only thinking about 15 to 20 seconds ahead in time. You're not thinking about 2 days before. You're not thinking about even 10 seconds before. You're not thinking about 2 years ahead. You're not thinking about tomorrow. You're not thinking about next week. You're not thinking about what you're going to be doing at the destination. You're focused on the ride. You're zoned in. That's meditation. Try it for about 5 minutes. Just focus completely, and you're going to enjoy your ride even more. You're going to start seeing things that you never thought you could see. Orange stage, intersections, corners. Very simple. A lot of people fail to negotiate a corner, crash. A lot of people fail to see that left turner at an intersection or see the road surface hazards or anything at the intersection. Boom, crash. That's a huge thing when it comes to motorcycle fatalities. So default, orange stage, corners, intersections. Slow down before a corner. Prepare for left turn in an intersection. Red stage, something happens. Pull out in front of you, left turn, you got to swerve, you got to brake, you got to do something. Going into a corner a little bit too fast, you hopefully know how to trail brake. Should have been trail braking earlier. Should have been slowing down earlier. You just need to negotiate that curve as best you can. Hopefully you have gear. That's the whole point of being a smart rider, is that you're going to acquire and use gear just in case some of these things fail. Red stage, got to swerve. Got to get yourself out of there. Got to do something. Brown stage, you didn't do anything. So when it comes to all of these things, let's make sure that we're actually actively engaged in what we're supposed to be doing when we're out riding. If we're not, we're gonna have a bad time. If you want to know more about this kind of stuff, all these slides and everything that we have, remember this is the knowledge and skills that you're gonna learn through this. These are your goals, and this is just Unit 1, Lesson 1 of the MTC Writer Academy. Thank you, Nightbot, for putting it out in the Chitty Chat chat. It's only $4.99. You get the drills, and you get the lesson, and you get not just the slides. You're not just getting the slides. You actually get me teaching it. I do exactly what I'm doing right now, and it's a whole video lesson for 3+ hours. All units. Unit 3, Unit 1 through 3, multiple lessons. You should check it out. All right, so now what we have here is we got some crashes and close calls. Whew. How'd you guys like that? How'd you guys want to do more of those lessons in between? Because we got Unit 1, Lesson 2 after this crash video. Now, where's everybody at? Where's everybody from? I love to do it. I love to hear where you guys are from. Remember, these lessons and these units and this whole training academy is online, so you could do it anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And it's only $4.99, and it's actually cheaper than a gallon of gas. So make sure you guys jump into this academy. Jump into the academy. Texas, UK, Croatia, woo-wee, Alabama, Wenatchee, Washington. I think that's how you say it. Sweden, Sacramento, San Diego. Crashed up in Julian. Hey, that's a tough one, Andy. Lots of weird cambers and decreasing radiuses. Did you crash coming from, I think it was like Sunset Highway or like Sun something highway, that area? Or did you crash on the other side? Let me know. Because the one coming from San Diego to Julian, that's a pretty technical. You have to go slow. You really have to. I think the max speed you should do on that road is like 30. Oh, I don't know what 79 is. Is that when you come up next to the lake? Portland. How you doing, Adam? I kind of want to, one sec, pause the music. I kind of want to move to Oregon. I'm thinking about Washington, like lower Washington, pretty much Portland at that point, because you know how it's like next door. I love the weather. How's it for riding? Holland, Boston, South Africa, Minnesota, from Wales. Lunch break. The gear saved your knees. Good. Andy, so yeah, that area. I know that area too. That's still pretty tough. Beautiful area to ride though. Get yourself a pie. Romania, Ireland, Austria, Lucas, gentleman rider. How you doing, Brandon? Malaysia, Orlando, Florida. We can't legally split. I don't recommend you splitting if you can't legally split. If you sign up for the class, I will give you a shout out during the live stream. So make sure you guys sign up for the class. It's so hot sometimes I outweigh the risk of not wearing a jacket because of South Florida. It's up and full throttle. You do that. What you just said was, pause the music real quick. You outweigh the risk. You're understanding the risk. That's all I care about. You're an adult. You choose what you want to do. Okay, you do what you want to do. I'm not an ATGAT person. I recommend ATGAT. But if you choose not to, you're an adult. It's your life, not mine. I'm just going to tell you the importance, and you weighed the risks. That's what I love to hear. That means you're an adult full throttle. It means you're an adult. That means you're an adult. That's good. I love it. Splitting is stressful 99% of the time. Anyway, just chill out. Yeah, I don't like splitting. I prefer to sit in line. I've done it my whole life. It's not a big deal, but there's people that have grown up lane filtering, lane splitting, that it's not a big deal. So what that tells me is that it's just practice. When you first started riding, it's stressful. And then you got more and more practice and more experience under your belt, and it's not stressful. So that tells me whenever I was riding in California and lane splitting and lane filtering, and it was super stressful, it just means I need more practice. If it gets to a point where it's like it's too stressful for the day, take a break. Don't do it for the rest of the day. Try again tomorrow. Try again in a week. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Whenever there's something stressful, it just means you have to learn a little bit more. Once we get to 125 signed in, which is 125 likes, we'll go ahead and get started on this Moto Stars video. And after this, we got a bikers video. Let's get to the 125 people signed in. Coffee, Edwin? Yeah, go ahead and grab me some coffee if you can. Just go ahead and throw it up here. Decide to wear motorcycle pants, boots, and gloves at least. Some areas are protected. Yeah. I like to protect my spine, so maybe look into like some, like the Icon armor stuff. So you got spine and chest protection. At least that. You're not gonna be able to protect your arms. But I mean, man, I would not want to break my ribs or crack my spine, if that makes any sense. And at least that way you get that the best of both worlds. You get airflow, and then you get protection. Here's the thing though, wear sunscreen, dude. I got skin cancer, so I got surgery in July. Wear sunscreen. Wear sunscreen. If it has zinc in it, perfect. That's great. SPF 50 is my minimum now. Yes, tailgaters, no buenos. Hate that. Hate that. Getting your bike delivered Monday. Weird Mortal. What kind of bike? What kind of bike? Tempe or Temple, Texas. Oh, okay. Marty 37. Everybody give him a biker wave. He passed his MSF course yesterday. Give him a biker wave. I'm going to go ahead and start it off. Boom, boom. Biker wave. Marty. Honda CBF 2018 Neo Sports Cafe Design. Yeah. Sounds like fun. 107 people signed in. Click that like button. Let's get to 125 and we'll get started on this video. Ooh. Hey, here's the thing, guys. When I didn't take the MSF when I first started, and when I went to take I passed the written at the DMV first try. I'm sorry, let me take that back. I failed the written test at the DMV 3 times, and I had to repay to take it that 4th time. I thought I knew everything. I mean, I was already riding. I was already driving for years. I was a firefighter with IAPD, International Association of Professional Driver Certification. I was like, I got it. And I kept failing by like 1 or 2 points. And so don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. The biker wave is only for YouTube members. You can sign up for 99 cents a month, by the way, if you click that join button. But then when it came to the actual practical test at the DMV, I was on a Sportster, brand new rider, heavy-ass bike. I had to do slow speed stuff, never practiced it. Handled it the first try. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If I fail it and I come over here and I'm over here doing what I can do now, it just means you're in a different point in your life. That's all. That's all. That's all. It's a custom emoji for YouTube members. You click that join button. You get emojis, the beards, the mustaches. The MTC Rider Academy, which I'm going to go ahead and throw back into the chat, that is completely different. That is off-site. You get training, which I can't do here on YouTube. You get articles, which I wrote like 10 articles already. Nathan and I, the editors, we're going to have a brainstorm session tomorrow, see how we can best serve you guys. And then we got a bunch of other stuff, the drills, you get downloads, you get to read all the books. I can't put the books up here on YouTube. So you get to read the books, you get to flip through the pages, you get to download the rescue card, which, by the way, guys, if you want to download the rescue card, it's on that site right there, rider.tips/MTC-membership. You can download the rescue card right there. Kristen Acosta became a cadet. Welcome. Remember, it's only $1 to join YouTube. They take 50%. So I get 50 cents. When you go to MTC Rider Academy, I get 90-something%. So that allows me to hire more people. I really want to do a comic, hire some storyboard writers, some storyboardists, script writers, graphic designers. I want to go all in. So the more signups I get, the more I can serve you and go down this fun, crazy route that I have in my mind. Plus, if you do sign up, I will give you a shout out. 124 likes. Let's get one more like and let's go. I see you say 125, but on my screen, I only get 124. We got to get those likes. We got to get one more up. Just click it. Just click it. We're going to get started right here. Heg, how you doing? Ooh-wee. Everyone give a shout out to Heg World, the editor. This is Nathan. Nathan, you can come in. No? You're editing right now. Okay, cool. You're pushing. Why are you pushing all these buttons? Stop pushing the buttons. A little camera shy. We'll get you on here one of these days. A great mentor. He knows as much about the Smart Writer principles as I do. It's great. Here we go, guys. We're going to go ahead and talk about this. This is going to be a Moto Stars video. One biker rammed them all. Ooh. So we're going to go over some crap. Oh, one sec. Let me get the pen out. Relax. Here we go. So we're riding. We got a backwards view.
Driver managed to
Uh-oh.
time and hit the brakes.
Oh, no. So that, see how you would have gotten hit? This is why I like to position myself a little bit. Thankfully, that wasn't a big deal. He was turning left at that point, but take a quick look. Look, you're not going to be able to respond in time. I keep hearing people, oh, well, I'm going to keep a look in my mirrors, and if I see them not slowing down, I'm going to go ahead and gun it. I do say you should do that when you position yourself for safety, but for the most part, there's nothing you can really do. So take a look. The moment this vehicle, this truck, gets up to them, then we move. We would have already gotten hit.
Time and hit the brakes.
Look, we would have gotten hit right here. We're hit. Now we get to go. So we would have gotten hit already. So here's the thing. There's not much you could do in this situation other than wear gear. You need to have some gear. So have a back protector. Have yourself a CE level 2 back protector. It's not that little foamy stuff that you get from the actual jacket that you buy. You actually have to buy actual armor. Some places have armor already integrated in it. Some places actually include it, but for the most part, it's just shoulder and elbow armor, and then that little black or the gray PE foam that you have in the back. It's just a pad. Trim the beard, everybody. Just joining. All right, so we're riding around here. I think we already saw this one. Yes, we did. This was from bikers, but we're gonna be hauling ass through an intersection. We have the fatal funnel or something. I forgot what we called it. The brown tube. Hauling ass going through an intersection too fast. Now let's just go briefly talk about it because we're gonna get some complaints in the rebroadcast on the video on demand. Hey everybody, if you're complaining that you've seen this twice, maybe you should just relax. Okay, so here we go. We're going through this area. This is going to be an open lane, long lines on both sides. We switched lanes because we want to go in there because it's open. Guess what this guy wants to do? He wants to do the same thing, but we're hauling ass, going faster than the flow of traffic. That person can't see us, and then we get to this situation. In a rev bomb, we should have been doing some progressive brake pressure. Not a big deal. Shouldn't have done that. Should have been slowing it down a little bit, okay? The danger lane. I like the brown tube, the brown funnel. I like the brown, something brown. Here we go, everybody. Make sure you sign into class today. All right, we got a little bit of a low rider scraping up a little bit. Okay, we're going to go ahead and create a nice divot and a nice uneven road. Oh, we're just all going to do that. Okay. So having some fun. We got to shave off a few pieces of our metal on our tailgate, on our truck. I wonder how many bikes you can fit in the back of this one. What the heck is going on? I think that was on purpose. Moving on. Here we go. Mr. B. Big mob ride. Nobody's really paying attention to anything. We got a little bit of a power wheelie going on here. What's going to happen? Oh, we weren't paying attention. There is a vehicle in front of us. And we hit our buddy. So now we got to rescue our friend. We got to make sure that we can handle whatever. Hey, whoa, go back. We got to rescue our buddy, okay? If you don't know how to rescue your buddy, make sure you grab yourself a rescue pack. We have the rescue booklets that go inside of it. This right here is the Slim Rescue Kit. Make sure you check it out. All right, so we're gonna be hauling ass and doing some power wheelies. Okay, we got a big mob ride here. Nobody's really paying attention. We have road surface hazards, which is gonna be basically other vehicles on the road. So we impacted that high mechanism of injury. We're gonna go straight into the motorcycle, frontal impact, possible pelvic injuries, and then we hit the ground. Now we have a bunch of other injuries. So if, like I said, if you don't know what to do, we have the rescue booklet on sale. But what we're talking about is mechanisms of injury here, is that you're gonna hit something. What kind of injuries are going to result from that kind of a hit? If you get hit in the head with a bat, are your legs going to hurt? No. Your head, you're going to have a head injury. If you get hit in the legs with a bat, is your head going to hurt? Maybe if you fell down and hit your head, but it's mainly going to be your leg. So whatever it is that happened and the impact or whatever, and in that area of the body, that's typically what's going to happen. You get hit in the chest with a bat, possible musculoskeletal injuries with broken ribs and muscle tissue being torn up and ligaments being torn up. And you also have possible organ issues. So you have lungs, you have the respiratory system, you have the circulatory system when it comes to the heart, maybe the liver. So you're going to start having different issues depending on where you're hurt. Now, in a motorcycle crash like this, you're going to have multi-system trauma, musculoskeletal system, respiratory system, circulatory system, multi-system. So that's why it's very, very important to wear full gear as a rider, so you can protect as much as you possibly can. So right here, not very smart. We weren't situational awareness. Pop that back up on the screen. We weren't recognizing and understanding this was a hazardous situation. Great fundamental skills, just wasn't paying attention and hit something. Okay, so let's make sure we don't do that, right? Rick and Matt Sullivan, welcome to the crew, baby. Welcome, cadets. So we got to rescue our buddy, though. He's on the ground. He's not getting up. So very, very high mechanism, very dangerous. We should have been in yellow stage, zoned in. We definitely weren't doing that. We were kind of zoned out and having a good time, focused on one thing versus focusing on what's in front. No buenos. Here we go, riding into the sun. Okay, big open lane.
Blinding sun, the bikers saw the brake.
I already said that, Motostars.
Road conditions made the whole situation even more difficult.
So what he's saying is multiple factors. Panic broke into the ground. We once again have seen this because Bikers is already ahead of the game on this. So Motostars, come on, catch up. So let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit. What happened here? I know you guys have seen this. I know you guys we've already talked about it. Write it in the comments. What did he do wrong and what should he have done? Nathan, did you just put that? This is a pop quiz. They're not supposed to know. Should have progressively braked. So what did he do there? What stage then? What stage was he in? Don't push. Okay. But he did have gear. Look at this. Look at the visor. That would have been his face. Can you pick the visor?
No, I don't think you did. Don't worry. You did it.
What's up, Cynical Ace? How you doing? Ingrid commutes. All right. So what happened? One sec. What happened? I was paying attention to the wrong thing. All right, got cut off. Now, real quick, let's take a look at this. Now, why do you think this vehicle wants to switch over? Write it in the comments. Tell me what it is. What's the pattern that we talk about in our course? Write it in the comments. Now, I'm just going to let this one play because
you almost got hit.
I don't care about road rage. Don't care about road rage. We'll let it play. We're probably going to not even add this to the videos later. This is going to be a quiz for those of you in the live stream.
I love you. Be careful. You hear me? Go, baby.
Hey! Whoa. I want to hear that again.
I love you. Be careful. You hear me?
Wow, that's really good. Hey, defeat anger with love. I love it.
Go, baby.
Love it. Have fun with that, Nathan, however you want to do it. All right, so we're coming up on a scene. We got a motorcycle accident, 2 patients, 1 person with gear, 1 person without gear, no shoes, and socks and sandals or whatever it is. There is the bike. Look how far it slid. What do we do? We rescue a rider. Are we going to do that? We're pulling over? We got a little bit more? What's going on here? We're just going to go ahead and move on with our day, I guess. Okay, let's go back just a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about mechanism of injury in this one. So I don't think there was an impact with the vehicle. This might have been a solo incident. You can already see discoloration on his arm, or this person's arm, so that's going to be road rash. You can see the redness right there. That's going to be level 1 or level 2. He is guarding, I'm sorry, the rider is guarding. They're doing this, so there's possible injuries to the right arm or the stomach or the chest. The other person's not getting up, probably dazed a little bit. So maybe we're going to have a head injury. So we got some head injury symptoms: disorientation, nausea, vomiting, vision impairment. No buenos for that one. What else do we got? No gear other than a helmet. We have definite skin damage, skin organ damage. Look how far the bike was sliding. Looks like, oh, it looks like it was two people, so two motorcycles. So it must have been a collision between two people. The other bike is way over there compared to the bodies on the ground. So I'm guessing the person in this person over there is the one that probably collided, going a little bit too fast into that person. So their bike went sliding. They fell second. This person fell first. Overall, not a good situation. Not a good situation. What do we do in this situation? We have our rescue kits. This is the slim pack that we have on the store. Make sure you guys go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and grab one if you want. Our smallest ones are on sale. It's like less than $40 at this point. So here we go. Let's go ahead and move on. He's checking his hands. They're up and kind of looking around, so that means their airway is doing pretty well. But we don't know if they're bleeding externally, and bleeding externally is one of the biggest causes of death in pre-hospital care. Okay, so before you go to the hospital, that's a big reason why people die. Come in, won't it? All right. Oh, we're going a little fast, going a little wide. Rider crashed. We just witnessed that. That's going to be terrible. Why do you think they crashed? Write it in the comments. This person right here almost crashed. So we're going to hopefully pull over and rescue this rider. Oh, high mechanism right there. High mechanism. Oh, I guess we're not going to stop. So let's take a quick look at the situation. Let's just look at the road. Don't look at this person. Cross them out. Cross them. You know, in fact, I'm gonna block them out right here. So what kind of turn is this? Is this a sharp turn? Is this an easy turn? Is it even a turn at all? Is this on Earth? Are we riding on Mars? What is it? Like, what kind of turn is it? What's going to indicate that this is going to be something? What's the indicator here? This is a pop quiz. We have a low latency on this, so hopefully you guys can answer it really quick. Yes, KV3D, it is. I don't respond to chat. I do. I'm just too busy teaching everybody right now. I'm in class right now, having a class, teaching everybody, doing our thing. What's the indication? Sharp turn indicated by the sign. Yeah, but that's for us. That's for us turning right. What about them? They don't have a sign that says it. Were they supposed to turn around with that? I'm being facetious here. They have a sign too on their side. So this is a sharp turn. So now that we know that it's a sharp turn, why do you think this rider went too wide? Write that in the comment. Why is this rider going too wide in this corner? Why are both of them going too wide in this corner? This one right here is on the shoulder. They're not even on the road anymore. Too fast, keeping up with his friend. Too fast. So when it comes to, like I said, during the first part of this live stream, this live class, and when we did Unit 1, Lesson 1 in our MTC Rider Academy, did a live version of it, what is the stage you should be in when it comes to corners? What stage should you be in? Should you be in white, yellow, orange, red, or brown stage? What stage should you be in when it comes to a corner? Write it in the comments. Tell me what you want to knows and things and guesses and everything. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's not this one. Okay, it's not that one. It's not this one. Okay. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's this one. Orange stage. We should be in orange stage when it comes to intersections and corners. Okay, we are going too fast here. We should slow it down. We need to do slow look, press, and roll through the corner, through the turn as new riders, even as experienced riders. The goal is not to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. The point of riding is to enjoy the ride. And crashing is not enjoyable. Don't try to keep up with your buddies. Don't go past your own limits. Get yourself in a good position for safety when we talk about planning our ride. Locate potential hazards like a corner, adapt to them by slowing it down, and then get yourself going. Got a brand new, one sec, pause. We got a brand new MTC Rider Academy member. I can't pronounce your name, Masay. Hopefully I said that right, M-A-C-I-E-J. Masay. Thank you for joining the Academy. So let's go ahead and jump right into this one.
Close calls in just a few minutes, but the writer doesn't care at all.
Okay, massive high siders. Almost crashed right there. Is that the high side? Well, are we slowing it down? This looks like a track. Well, if it's doing that, slow it down. There's something wrong. That should tell you. You have some omens going on here. Double high sider. First is the ZH2. These people are either pushing it too hard or their tires are in bad shape that they need to replace them. Okay, those were not high sides. Those were loss of tractions. A high side is when you go flippity-floppity over the tippity-toppity. Okay, a high side is this. It's a type of motorcycle accident. These weren't accidents. The rear tire loses traction, so they're getting close to that, but it regains traction when they're halfway around, and then it flips you over. That's a high side. What we're witnessing here is a potential low side. So that rear tire or the front tire is losing traction, and it falls inwards. Now what's happening is it lost traction during these turns on the turns, and it starts trying to gain traction on the straightaway, and then it goes. If it kept turning, it would have slid out from underneath them. So old tires equals go faster? Exactly. That's what's happening here. So this is not a high side. So here we go. So we're going to see our buddy lose traction almost on a low side. There's a loss of traction, and there's the loss of traction there. So we're pushing it past the limits of the tires, and thankfully they are catching back on with traction. Maybe cold tires, maybe. Yeah, potentially. Potentially bad tires, cold tires, worn tires, road surface hazards in these turns, whatever it is. Here we go. Don't use your phone on your motorcycle. LOL. Green. Oh. We just let out the clutch a little bit too early.
Got that? That was so funny to me. That's because he's on his phone.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so just because, it's another rider, we're making fun of them. Okay, yeah, they're on their phone. The factor here is the phone. But this is exactly what it looks like when it comes to dumping the clutch. Okay, we're in gear. We didn't let it out in good friction zone. We dumped the clutch. That's what that is, and we probably stalled right there. So if you're a brand new rider and this kind of stuff happens to you and you weren't on your phone, you weren't screwing around, you're actually trying, don't beat yourself up. You're probably stalled, so you're going to have to pull in the clutch and hit the start again, and then you go ahead and do friction zone and get yourself out of there. We've all done this before, right? Florida Joe, we've all done it before. I actually did it like a couple days ago accidentally. I wasn't paying attention. Not on the street. I was in a parking lot.
That was so funny to me.
They just dumped the clutch.
Exactly.
All right, riding around town, the truck behind me had to lock up at a red light. Okay, we've already seen this one. We're going to move on. Bad position for safety. I don't like it. Uncommon thing in a common situation right there. We got somebody coming into our lane. So what do we do when it comes to planning our ride? We have to locate this hazard, adapt to it, and adapt to it by putting yourself in a position. So it's like boom, 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 put it back up, boom, 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 boom. You're constantly doing this unless you have to do a red stage for navigation. So when we see this right here, Oh, uncommon thing in a common situation. Look at the position that rider in the front is in. That's very good. Very good. So all he has to do is just kind of like do this a little bit if he had to. Now we're over here, so we're going to have to do this. You see how this is easier, which the rider in front is doing, versus this. Now, I'm not saying go ahead and sit in this on the far right all the time. I'm saying that this is just what it looks like. When we're in a position where we need to have better space cushions to the left and we barely have anything off to the right, I'm going to stay in the middle so I can either go left or go right. Just like I said in tennis, when we have lane position 1, 2, and 3, so we could do left, center, and right if you really want to do it that way. I like to be in the center position. So it's easier to swerve right. It's easier to swerve left if I had to. If I was in the left position, it's going to be harder to swerve right, very easy to swerve left. I want to have the average of all of it. I'll make the choices. I'll bounce around if I need to. But this person did a decent job, just adapted to it. That's all you have to do. Didn't panic. Didn't panic. Here we go. John Moto, here we go. Going on to an interstate. Remember, you got to get up to speed. Side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle, side of the vehicle. Slow down, slow down. Find the escape, find the escape, find the escape. Good job, John Moto. So, no, he was not hauling ass and speeding. Okay, 70 miles an hour. Maybe a little bit, actually, maybe a little bit fast, 74 miles per hour. This looks like a frontage road, so it's probably like 55, 45 miles an hour. Once you get on the on-ramp or you get onto this spot right here, then you can speed up. But, you know, it's whatever. He's just doing it ahead of time. That's all it is. He's doing it ahead of time. So we're coming up to here. We see a Shell gas station. We have the side of the vehicle. This is a no bueno. We don't like that because that means that person is pointed this way. We're pointed this way, and look at that. We intersect right here, and we go crash, 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 crashity, crash, 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 crash. And then we're gonna get up to here. Should the person have done that? No, they're in the gore area. It's a solid white line. That's actually illegal. We can argue that all day. When we crash into the side of them, we won't be able to argue because we're dead. So we need to be able to do something. We need to find that escape path. Okay, we got to escape. We got to get ourselves out of there. We got to find all those different things. So right now, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Well, if we do this, we're going to hit the wall. If we do this, we're good. What the heck is that arrow? If we do this, we're going to start that over. We're going to do, we could either get back into this lane. We could do what this guy did, or we can crash into the wall. Or we could maybe try to make it on the grass. These ones suck. Let's not do that. This one's kind of difficult, but it can be done. This one is easier, and hopefully it can be done. And thankfully, he was able to thread that needle, get himself through there, recognize that the vehicle did not want to just stop. They're actually going to keep going. And so he's now going to find this escape path. Okay, well, as a motorcycle, this is something we can do. If we were in a big truck or a semi or even another car, we wouldn't be able to do this. So thankfully, there's some things, some situations where we can get ourselves out of it, and there's sometimes when we're in a vehicle that we can't. Okay, so we talk about that in the MTC Rider Academy, so make sure you check it out. Find an escape path, plan your ride, get yourself back into the road, and go ahead and catch up, get up to speed. We're going 58 now. You did some slowdown so you can avoid this. Now we have to get back up to speed. The main thing now is this merging that we have a sign for, and it's pretty obvious that we're going on the interstate, so we got to merge at some point. We want to get to the flow of traffic. We want to do what we possibly can. How you doing, Twitch? And we're going to go ahead and go on over here. John Walsh. Okay, we got a very narrow road. We got some water right here. I think we've already seen this one. He's going to go ahead and dump it. So it's very low water, but think about it. You got moss, super slippery. I've been in situations like this where I would run and slide on my feet, thinking I'm cool. On these situations, not much you could do. I mean, try to go over it as smooth as possible. Don't give it a lot of acceleration. Don't give it any braking. Give it some speed, though, before you get into it. That's when you have traction, so you can hopefully just coast across. But the big problem here is just there's going to be a road surface hazard that is designed to cause you to crash. It's no buenos. Can't see it, but there's probably moss. And it just kind of like fell over. It's almost like ice at that point. No buenos. Let's get to a 200 likes, everybody. So Tim Nguyen, I forgot how to pronounce that. How do you...
Surprising the line splitting can be in traffic this heavy.
Oh, good job with the progressive braking. Moving on with our day, and we're just going to go back to lane splitting at a higher speed now, because I guess we're kind of upset with that person, but we were doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Let's take a look. Nguyen. So Tim Nguyen. Tim Nguyen. Okay. All right, so we're lane filter. We're only going 39. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Now, what is the pattern that we see here, everybody? Write the pattern in the chitty chat. There should be an orange stage during all of this because this is a high risk. It's not necessarily highly dangerous. It's just high risk. It needs some skill. It needs skill in perception. It needs skill in situational awareness. It needs skill in progressive braking. And it needs skill in actually seeing the patterns. So I'm seeing in the chat right now, open lane. Very good, very good. So this right here is an open lane. This is an opportunity to get hit. Somebody wants to switch over. Okay, this was an open lane too, but who knows? You know, maybe they want to stay in here.
This biker learned how surprising.
Now we got this big open lane. This right here should be telling you, something could be happening. Something could be happening. Now, why would a vehicle in the left lane go into this lane? Well, at some point they're going to want to exit, right? So they're going to get into here just so they can get into here a little bit later. So they want to exit. So that's a reason why they want to do it. Why would a reason anybody over here wants to do it? Well, they want to get out of the way of this on-ramp where it's going to be merging coming up or an added lane. So they're going to come over here just so they can get out of the way of things, of the way of things. So when it comes to this big open lane, this is a danger lane. This is a danger zone. It's the brown chute. I don't know what you guys want to call it, but this is definitely a pattern that I don't want to be a part of. And it's something that happened to me in California. I was able to swerve out of the way, thankfully, but not a lot of people are that lucky. So here's the thing. We're going to be coming up to here. We should be definitely prepped and ready. We're planning our ride. We're locating hazards. We're recognizing that this is a hazardous situation. We've got to get ourselves in a position for safety, which would be to slow it down a little bit and cover those brakes. We should have been covering our brakes anyways because orange stage for all of this, okay?
Can be in traffic this heavy.
And you see how he positioned? He moved off. He moved off because he saw it was a big open lane. He doesn't need a lane filter anymore, right? So he moved over, and that was good. So that's going to increase just a little bit of a space cushion. That was a nice little adaptation. Now we see the side of the vehicle. You notice how you see the back of the red vehicle up there, and now we start seeing, we're the side here because we're close to it, but then all of a sudden this one is the side of the vehicle. No buenos. That means they're turning. Okay, so now we should be doing progressive brake pressure. This is, for me, this is going to be a red stage. High alert because we are traveling at speed. We're traveling 30-something miles an hour. That's still very dangerous. It's still deadly. And we don't want to collide with anybody because that impact is going to be the dangerous thing. If we just fell down at 25, we're going to have a little bit of impact and it can still break your bones. You can have some road rash. But if we're going 30 into a sudden deceleration into the side of a vehicle, that's a little different than hitting the ground and sliding until we slow down and stop. So Rick upgraded their membership to rookie member. Yeah. Thank you for doing that. So we're going to get up to here and was able to slow down and stop. So this is actually a smart rider. They were situationally aware. He maintained his skills. He has gear on. It looks like a full suit. Doesn't need to rescue or teach a mentor. But what they're inadvertently doing without even trying is teaching and mentoring this class right now. We got pizzas here. If you guys want to join, you want to be a part of this, make sure you guys join the academy. But thank you so much, Tim Nguyen. I believe I said that right now. Thank you for being a mentor. Thank you for teaching us without even trying. Appreciate it. Good job on the progressive braking. Everyone give him a clap in the chat. Everyone give him a clap. Here we go. Chew toy moving through here. You got side of the vehicle right there. Are they going to come out? Are they going to come out? Yes, they are. Let's move. Good job, Chew toy. Good job. That's their name. I'm not just calling them that. So this is going to be an easy one. This is going to be very easy. This is going to be the side of the vehicle. We have somebody wanting to come out. Not good, okay? Now, are they going to stop? Hopefully, but I don't trust people, so I'm definitely orange stage. I just perceived that. I located the hazard, making sure that we know what we're doing here. We're going to go ahead and adapt. We're just going to switch lanes, and that's exactly what he does. So right here in the left part of the lane, I used to like doing 1, 2, 3, but that changes up. So I'm going to call it left, center, right. I love that game. Anybody played left, center, right with a bunch of friends or family members? Just a couple dollars here and there. Love the game. It's a lot of fun. Look it up. Try it out. It's very easy for everybody. It's quick. Anyways, we're in the left lane right here. Now, we can go left, center, right on this lane. So what he's doing is that he's just going to adapt. Just adapt a little bit to the right side. So this is all you have to do in this situation. If you're in the far right side over there on this lane, you're going to have to swing on over. If you're over here, good space cushions to the right, decent ones to the left, but you're able to navigate these people that want to come out here, right, Lexa? And you're going to go ahead and adapt right over here. It's not even a swerve. It's not even a lane change, basically. Got to move right over here. And this is why you have 360 situational awareness, which we're going to talk about after this in Unit 1, Lesson 2 of the Smart Rider Basic Training Academy. Good job, Chew Toy. Good job. All right, angered. We're all over the place, hitting some bumps, moving around. Nice little swerve. Get yourself out of that situation, Ingrid. That's his name. Ingrid. All right, so we got this right here. We're going faster than the flow of traffic. We're gonna want to get into that left lane because everything is blocked off on the right. So we got ourselves an open lane. Why are we switching? Once again, think about it yourself. Boom. Now, why is this person switching? The same exact reason why you are switching. The thing that you thought about just a couple seconds ago, why you would switch, is the exact reason why that person would switch. So don't get too upset when you're going faster than the flow of traffic. Didn't see ya. Just didn't see ya. We got to move ourselves out of the way. Don't get too upset at the driver. Learn from this. What happened? Why didn't they not see you? It's not their fault all the time. It's partially their fault. But what is the fault that you have? What accountability can you bring to the table here, Chris Olick, with the $10 donation? Yeah. What can you bring to the table? What accountability do you have in this situation? That's the only thing you have control over. If you are the one speeding, not indicating, switching lanes quickly, that's what you're accountable for. Slow it down, go to the flow of traffic, present yourself a little bit better by moving back and forth, and be predictable. Use indicators, switch lanes slower and easier with less jerky movements, and you'll be seen better. Those are the things that you can do. You're accountable for. You're not accountable for this person switching lanes in front of you. You're not accountable for this person hitting you. You're not accountable for this person being on their phone. Those are all things that they need to learn from. But you're not going to be able to change that in this situation. The only thing you can change is how you handle this situation, how you are riding. And then if this happens to you and you get pissed off and you go home, you need to go home and think about it. Let the emotions slide. Let them go. Think about it. Sleep on it. And tell yourself the next day, I could have done something different. What can I do? I don't know. You could join the MTC Rider Academy and take the basic training course. I'm not a rider, so Chris Olick, I'm not a motorcycle rider, but I enjoy learning the medical briefings. You ever thought about covering what to do with gunshot wounds for concealed carriers? GSWs are completely different things, just penetrating trauma. It all depends on where you're penetrated on. Packing the wound is one thing, so we do talk a little bit about penetrating trauma with packing the wound. That is part of rescue. So stop major bleeds, direct pressure, apply tourniquet, and pack the wound. So with a GSW, you're going to have a cavity in there, and you're going to have bleeding coming out. So packing the wound is going to be a big thing. Applying a tourniquet. Trauma is trauma is trauma. Bleeding wounds, bleeding everything. We don't do chest seals. We don't do any of that stuff here because it's not necessarily motorcycle specific. But Prep Medic does a great job. He did a full trauma kit series for us on MTC, the Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel. Check it out. But his own channel talks about GSWs. His own talk. I just don't do it because we don't have to worry too much about it. Thank you, Heg. All right, so John Moto. What's this big open lane? Big open lane. There it is. Not a big deal. It looks like you downshifted pretty hard. Oh, we got another big open lane. We got everybody wanted to do that. Good job with your space cushions and good job with your planning. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Whew. Not a big deal. Hopefully I answered your question, Chris. It was a great question, by the way. Great question. All right, so big group mod ride. Here we go. It looks like that guy's broken a few things before. All right, no gear. We're going to go ahead and do that. And what are we going to do? We're going to hit our buddy. Oh, no. Did he stay on? That guy couldn't. Ooh, high impact. That guy right here, his leg might have been hurt a little bit, but not as bad as the other guy. So, oh, we get his angle. Oh, my gosh. What kind of mechanism of injury do we have here, everybody? What kind of mechanism of injury? Go ahead and write it. Mechanism of injury for the rider that crashed initially, the wheelie guy, and the mechanism of injury for this guy. What do you think is happening? Now, also, let's think about this guy right here. So let's go ahead and go back just a little bit, right to the crash. So this person is losing control. And this is one of the big problems I have with mob rides, especially with stunt mob rides, okay? All of them cynical. Everything, legs, arms, back, neck. The black angel. So Brian 636 does these kinds of rides, but he's very big on his community. He doesn't want anybody hurt. I really enjoy his content. I like what he does. I like that he's community based. He doesn't want to see anybody hurt, but this is part of the community. And I just feel like there's parts of this community, this one specifically, is that safety is definitely not the first thing. And so when Brian 636 is talking about safety as the first thing in his mind, his way of dealing with safety is having a high skill. And that is definitely a way to reduce your risk. When you have high skill, your risk starts going down a little bit. But the thing is, it doesn't go all the way. So there's going to be an opportunity to crash. And that's where being a smart rider and having full gear is part of minimizing and mitigating that risk, that little extra risk. Now, sometimes gear can't protect you all the way, and that's why we talk about rescuing other riders. And that's why we're trying to mitigate as much as we can until EMS shows up on scene. You're not going to fix all the problems. You're not going to be able to save everybody. You're hopefully going to be able to reduce as much as you possibly can. So when it comes to this, remember, we got to remain calm, ensure your own safety, stop major bleeds, and quickly assess the severity. When we talk a little bit more on the back side of that, you could download this right here, all of this at the MTC Rider Academy as a member. So make sure you guys check that out. But here we go. Let's go ahead and take a quick look. So we're going to go frame by frame right here. So he's going to go ahead and fall down. He's going to fall down. Now, his right ankle and leg is going to get hit. Now, the rider lifted his leg. He saw it. You see how he saw it right here? He's going to lift his leg. Didn't impact. Didn't hit his leg. Very good. Situationally aware. Did not hit his leg. It's going to cause him to get all jostled up and put his foot down. So you see how he put his foot down, and in one frame it gets slouched back. So we have a possible ankle injury. Because it's going to be like a whiplash for those ligaments. And then he hits the front. So now he's crashing. This guy that was doing the wheelie, he is tumbling, crashing. He's flipping and flopping right there. Hit his back, hit his arms, hit his legs. I'm not looking at the guy that's hitting the bike yet. So we hit our face right there. Not good. Thankfully, he has a full face helmet because that would have been his face. His nose ripped off, his eyelids ripped off, his eyebrows, possibly his mandible, his little jaw. Not good. Now let's go ahead and take a quick look at this guy. So he just hit frontal impact. Ooh, right there. You see that? So he's sitting on the bike trying to avoid. He hits his leg right there. The same thing. He's going to go ahead and get some ankle injuries possibly. He's not going to be able to stop in time. So he's right there, and immediately when he hits, oh, there's that pelvis. So right there, you can possibly have an open book fracture. The front of your pelvis, you can touch it right now if you want. It's kind of gross, but don't do it while you're at work, is that pubic bone right in front, right on the tippity top where your pubic hair is. Right there, if you hit that hard enough, you're going to split your pelvis right in the front. Now, women have that as a medical thing. It's a non-traumatic pelvic opening when you give birth. Okay, your body produces hormones like relaxin, which actually loosens up and stretches the ligaments and makes it easier to be flexible when you're pregnant. So that's why it's kind of dangerous. You have to be very careful when you work out as a pregnant woman. You can have dislocations and a few other things like that. But when you're about to give birth, it actually opens up to allow the child. But when you have a traumatic open book fracture, well, you're not designed to have that. You don't have that relaxin. You don't have that hormone. Everything's stiff. Everything is ready to just stay in place. Boom, you open it, cause a nice little fracture, but then in the back side of your pelvis gets fractured too. So now you have a pelvic fracture, and guess what? You have your femoral artery going through. You have your vena cavas going up. You have all these different issues with your arteries and blood vessels going through your pelvis. Boom, you can easily snap one of those, cut one of those, and fill up your pelvis with liters and liters of blood before you even notice, and you can bleed out internally without showing any signs outside of just being unconscious and dead. So pelvic fractures are no buenos, not good at all. And so he hits that. Now we're going to go up and over, and there's the arm. So now we can either have frozen shoulder where you damage the shoulder, and now if you have no rehab, your shoulder's kind of stiff and kind of stuck. So AC joint, wrist, elbow injuries. Now we hit the back right there. Hopefully you had back protector. We could easily break off some spinal processes in our spine. No buenos, those little things that stick out, you can feel. Those are called spinal processes. I like to think of them as little dinosaur bones. I like a stegosaurus. You can break those off. You can also dislocate portions of your spine, cut spinal cords. A sliver of broken bone can slice your spinal cord, your nerve endings. So that's why you have back protection to absorb a lot of that so you don't have the broken portions of it. So he hits the back of his head, same thing. You could have a skull fracture, but you're definitely going to have a concussion because your brain is inside cerebral spinal fluid, the coup contra coup. So you hit your back of your head, the brain hits the back, and then you do this, the brain hits the front of the skull, and then it does a little bit of like this little thing where it's just trying to stabilize, but it's going to go boom, boom, boom. And you're going to have rotational stuff. So you do have connective tissue inside your brain. It could break up some of that connective tissue. That's what CTE is when it comes to football players. So many hits to the head, it starts breaking that connective tissue in the middle of the brain. You start having issues with behavior, mood, complete change in personalities. Not good. It's not good. It's not just about being paralyzed. It's about you being a completely different person. If you're a nice person, guess what? You're probably going to turn into an asshole. If you're an asshole, hopefully you turn into a nice person. If you're somebody that doesn't know how to play piano, hopefully you learn how to play piano after this. Not going to happen typically. So we're going to be bouncing around, multiple injuries. Now we have full body system, everything. So all of this, everything I just said, is coming from a mob ride. It's coming from a stunter. It's coming from somebody just not in control of their motorcycle. It doesn't have to be a stunter. It doesn't have to be a mob ride. It is somebody not in full control of their motorcycle. That's what it is. That's what it is. Jake Tabor, go ahead and ban him. So here's the thing. Make sure that we have full control of our motorcycle. If you don't have the skill to do it, don't be a part of it. Don't do this. If you feel like this is not an area to do it, then don't do it. If you're in an area where there's a big group mob ride or whatever it is, make sure that you stay away from those that are doing stuff that is typically not going to be in control of the motorcycle. 2 wheels, keep them on the ground. If you're Brian636 and his community, go ahead and do what you want to do. Like I said, you take the risks, you do your thing. I'll sit in the very, very back with my rescue kits. I'll sit in the very, very back, and I will catch up to anybody that crashed, and I will help you out because that's what I care about. I care about the human. I don't care about the rider. I care about the human behind the rider. Okay, the rider is just who you are at the time. You're a husband, you're a father, you're a brother, you're an employee of a wonderful company. You are whatever it is. This is just a rider. Behind that is a human. Let's take care of each other. Oof. Bike's on fire. Bike's on fire. There we go. El Diablo. All right, going a little too fast. Good job on the braking. Moving on. I think we've already seen quite a bit of these, so I'm just going to go through them. Ooh, okay, we haven't seen this one. What do you think? Ooh, he hit his head. What do you think happened there? What do you think happened there, everybody? Write it in the comments. Ooh, he's rubbing his right knee. It means he hurt his right knee. Not wearing full gear. It doesn't have the impact protection. Is that an e-bike? That looks like an e-bike. Let's go back just a little bit.
God damn it.
Oh, it looks like a little e-bike or a small CC bike. It sounds like an e-bike. Those are fun. Those are fun. All right, anyway, so he's coming up to here. You hear the bicycle disc brakes. They make that weird noise. Listen real quick. I'll shut up. You hear that? One more time. So he's slamming those brakes, going a little too fast, panicked, and he turned the handlebars while braking. That's number one thing that we teach in the basic training e-course is that when you are braking, don't turn those handlebars. Keep the handlebars straight. Keep them straight because you're going to lose traction and it's going to fall in, and that's exactly what happened here. So he hit his head. He's got upper body gear, but his right knee hit. And you don't want to break your knee. You don't want to snap an ACL, patella, split it in half. You don't want to do any of that. Don't have meniscus tears. You want to walk. I'd rather be able to walk and then have like a sling versus having crutches and then I have to use my arms for that. That's no buenos. He was home too. I think he was just got home. Yeah, it's an e-bike. It looks like a little the Chiron Segway. Here we go. Canuck 636. Don't pass a postal worker. They're crazy. All right, you did fine. You did fine. Hey, you're the one that wanted to you weren't on the road. Canuck 636, okay? So here's the thing. As a Canuck, we here in the United States, we have these postal workers called USPS postal workers, okay? They drive these little funny looking vehicles, and they actually are on the right side of the vehicle. A little awkward. That has nothing to do with anything that we're going to talk about here. But here we go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pass on the shoulder. Okay, so already we're not supposed to be doing this because nobody's anticipating a motorcycle on the shoulder. And now this person's switching over, which is exactly what they're supposed to do. We don't get pissed at that. We don't get pissed at that. Here we go. 09 Nate. Oh, hit something. Threaded the needle, almost hit his buddy and the bicycle. Did a good job. What did we hit? What did we hit? We don't know. Oh, we had our brakes. We hit our brakes. It looks like we have buddies up ahead. You see those red lights up ahead? There's two of them. They're kind of separate. So we're riding in a group. So we have brakes on here. No brakes. Uh-oh, we're going a little too weird, a little bit panicky. Brakes. And immediately dumps. I think we slammed the brakes. He dumped it, right, Cynical? He lost traction on the white line. He panic broke. I believe he did that. Panic broke. So what we should be doing is progressive braking, but what we really should be doing is riding our own ride. We need to ride our own ride. We need to do slow look, press, and roll. That's the biggest thing here. Slow look, press, and roll through these turns. Holy. Steve Dews. Going in through some traffic. We're just going to go ahead and let these play. I think we've had plenty. Oh, nice air horn. If you're going to have a horn, get an air horn. If you're going to use it, get an air horn. The little electronic horn has a different frequency, doesn't penetrate vehicles too well. Air horns do.
First time I ever done twisties.
First time ever done twisties. Uh-oh, what's this on the road? Was that dirt? Looks like a lot of dirt. Yeah, a load of gravel. He picked the right spot, right in the middle. This guy decided to just hit that.
Dude, that's a hole. Bro.
That's a lot of dirt.
Another one.
Interesting.
Okay, so
Malou in the 90s.
downshifting, letting engine braking work.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good with the orange stage, talking himself through it.
Look at that. Look at that.
Malou in the 90s. Smart rider. This guy's a smart rider.
Example.
Very good. Here we go. Eddie, steady, go. Let's move through here. Green does not always mean go. This looks like a diverging diamond of some sort. Very interesting type of intersection. All right, we're just going all over the place. All over the place. We're just accelerating through here. Just going to go in lane filter, black screen. Jogging away. Watch, it's going to turn green. He's just going to go. Even though he saw that. Even though he saw that.
The end. I hope you've enjoyed.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it too, buddy. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it too. We got Unit 1, Lesson 2. We're going to be talking about that one. Are you good to ride? Are you good to ride? Everybody, let's go ahead and go to the crew lounge real quick. Grab yourself a drink. Grab yourself a nice little Subway sandwich if you don't like the pizza. Let's go. All right, everybody. We're gonna be talking about Unit 1, Lesson 2. Nice quick little lesson in between here. Are you good to ride? We just witnessed a bunch of people crashing and having close calls. What we want to do now is actually talk about, are you good to ride? Because it seems like a lot of these people aren't. So I'm going to show you guys what you should be doing, how you should be doing it. We just watched how you should not be doing it. After this lesson, we're going to go talk about some more crashes and close calls, and we might talk about Unit 1, Lesson 3, which is a very important one. It's about your awareness. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. All right. No sushi today. No sushi today. So make sure you guys sign up for the MTC Rider Academy. This is going to be one of the lessons that we talk about there. I have a full-on series all the way through. We have 3 units, multiple lessons. We talk about situational awareness, the basic operation of a motorcycle, all those things, and even talks about gear. We want to make sure that we are being safe and smart. All right? So let's go ahead and jump into this one. So what we're going to be talking about right now is Unit 1, Lesson 2 from the MTC Rider Academy. This is the Smart Rider Basic Training e-course. Okay, so here's the goal. This is me riding the Indian Chief. Woo-wee, it was a lot of fun. The goal is you're going to be able to identify if you're physically, mentally, and emotionally ready to ride. It's not just physically. A lot of people think motorcycle riding is just the physical portion. Not a lot of people add in the mentality, and I'm pretty sure no one even thinks about their mental state unless they're like, I'm purposely riding because I'm angry so I could be happy. That's not something that we should be doing. We're going to talk about that. So you'll learn how altered states of stress, their intoxication, stress again, anxiety, attentiveness, and exhaustion will affect your focus. Because remember, we want to be able to zone in that yellow stage. Okay, that was in the last lesson. You'll be able to determine if you're physically, mentally, and emotionally prepared to be able to ride. So you're actually going to learn this. Okay, you're learning this, and you're going to be able to apply it here. Okay. So the most important tool in your repertoire, I just wanted to say that, is your awareness. Okay, you have to be able to situationally where you have to be able to know what's going on with you. We don't have a cage. We can see around us. We check our mirrors. We check our blind spots. We're moving around. We're being actively aware. We're zoned in. Remember, we're zoned in. We're yellow stage. We are prepped and ready. We want to make sure we are doing what we need to do. It's the most important thing. You could be the most skilled rider, and you could be looking down at your shoes and your toes and picking your nose, and then you crash into the side of the vehicle. It doesn't matter if you're the best rider in the world. You weren't situationally aware. So you need to be understanding that there are risks. Okay, motorcycle riding in of itself is inherently dangerous. You can lower that danger. You can lower that risk by having more skill. You can increase your level of safety with more skill. That's very important. But let's not kid ourselves. Motorcycle riding is dangerous just based off the fact we don't have a cage around us. We don't have airbags. We don't have seatbelts. We don't have crumple zones. Okay? So debris, roadwork, animals, and a bunch of other stuff are going to be potential hazards. Not a lot of things that you have to worry about in a car. In a car, you hit a pedestrian, well, you got to worry about law and everything, but you're probably not going to be hurt. Same thing with animals, roadwork, and any kind of debris. You're just going to have to get some work on your car. But in a motorcycle, you hit a tire iron on the ground. You hit a tar snake that is super hot on a summer, so it's nice and malleable, and your front tire goes right in the middle of it. You hit a small animal sometimes. You hit a pedestrian, you're kind of screwed anyways. You're going to crash more than likely. And when you crash, we talk about those mechanisms of injuries all the time during the live streams, and you're going to start having a lot of those issues. So being situationally aware is very important. If you can only learn one thing from this academy, and remember, this is just part of the academy. If you can learn only one thing, let it be this. If you do not see the hazard or threat, you cannot use the motorcycle skills you think you have. You think you could swerve. You think you can emergency brake in time, but have you practiced it? Hopefully, but if you don't see it in the first place, you're not going to be able to do anything. Whether you have the ability to respond to a threat is less important than whether you have the ability to spot potential dangers and navigate around them before they become problems. Okay? So remember, part of the Smart Rider principles is seeking and recognizing and understanding hazardous situations. We're going to talk about the plan method in Unit 1, Lesson 6. We're not talking about it today, but the plan method helps you out with that. Position for safety, locate hazards, adapt to hazards, navigate threats. Before you ride, prepare yourself mentally to ensure capable of riding effectively. These are great questions to ask yourself. Okay, a lot of motorcycle fatalities happen because people are drunk or intoxicated. A lot of people get in motorcycle crashes because they're thinking about their wife or their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their friend, or whatever it is. The danger comes from not paying attention. Okay, Also, are you aware of what you're getting into? So if you're like, oh, I'm going to go for a long distance ride, but you're not really there, you're kind of tired, you're going to have issues on that ride. So if the answer to any of those is no, I would call a taxi, Uber, or a Lyft from a good friend if you're able to do so. So if you're coming from a bar and you're intoxicated, just leave your bike there. Okay, might get stolen, what, blah, 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 blah. Well, hopefully your friend is not intoxicated and can ride, and he brings another friend to take you home in the car. If not, maybe get towed. But the major thing here is just get a ride. It's not worth crashing and dying. Okay. If you're having trouble concentrating, remember, this is going to be part of the stress that you might be having, or you got a little flustered because something like this happened. You know how to pull over. Okay. Just pull over, relax, get your heart rate back down, get the adrenaline and the endorphins kind of going away, and relax, relax, relax. Because if you're not, you're going to be focused on this about 2, 3, 4, 5 miles away, and then you're going to go through an intersection and possibly hit something there. So remember the MTC awareness stages. We talked about that in the last lesson. Put them in use, everybody. So exhaustion is a very big thing. You don't want to be fatigued, okay? When you're exhausted, drowsy driving is just as dangerous as drinking and driving. You're going to have delayed reactions. You're going to have delayed reactions on a motorcycle. That's not good at all, because when you get delayed and you all of a sudden see something that's super close that you should have saw way back there, you're going to panic brake. So little things like that, no buenos, no buenos. Intoxication, this is not something that you want to be playing around with. Don't drink and drive. Don't take any medications that are going to be considered depressants, stimulants, whatever it is. Do your best to take your medications as they're prescribed, but be very aware that you're riding a motorcycle. So you're going to have to figure out some system there. You might have to change medications. You might have to take your medication after you're done riding your motorcycle to work, whatever it is. 45% of motorcycle fatalities that involved a motorcyclist had alcohol in their system. Think about that for a second. 45% of motorcycle fatalities had alcohol in their system. If we just completely banned motorcycles, it would be 0%. If we banned alcohol, we would reduce fatalities by 45%. But we live in America, so we get to choose what we want to do. So I'm telling you guys in class right now, I want you to choose to not drink and drive. To not drink and drive. Just don't drink and drive. You could reduce your chance of a fatality accident. Remember, this is fatality. It doesn't say how many times people crash because they were drinking and driving and just survived. Don't drink. Don't drink and ride. It's not worth it. Okay? So other intoxicants can include cannabis, hallucinogens, inhalants, and prescription drugs. Okay? So cannabis, yeah, it's a little bit of a depressant. It causes you to disassociate a little bit, just a tiny bit, depending on how much you take. You know, sativa, going crazy on that will help you be creative and think and think and think. But guess what? You're not thinking about the ride. So you're dissociating a little bit. Hallucinogens, you're just going to start seeing sides of the vehicles everywhere, start panicking and swerving when there's nothing there and you're actually sitting at home. Inhalants, just don't do them. Okay? It's going to be a loss of oxygen into your brain. You're going to have issues with that. Okay? And it's actually pretty quick acting, so you're probably going to be pulling over and trying to take more and more and more. It's just not good. It's just not smart. Prescription drugs. A lot of people think, oh, it's prescribed by a doctor. It's going to be fine. I can go ahead and do this and this and this. A lot of them say don't operate heavy machinery. And guess what? Your motorcycle is pretty damn heavy, and it's a machine. So let's not do that, okay? So I would, if you're going to get a new medication, I'd wait a little bit before riding. I would take that medication and just kind of see how you react. Talk to your doctor, say these are my situations. I ride to work, I ride to commute, all I have is a motorcycle, blah, blah, blah. He might tell you not to do it. You know, wait 30 minutes, wait an hour, blah, 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 all these different things. Follow your doctor's recommendation, but prescription drugs are still pretty dangerous when it comes to riding, okay? So do what you want in your spare time. I'm not your dad as much as you guys want me to be, you know, because of my beautiful beard, you know, your mom's lonely. But the thing is, I'm not your dad. So here's the thing. Do what you want to do. You're adults, okay? I just want you to be safe on the road for your sake and for the sake of those around you. You know, I want your mom to be happy. I want you to go home to your kids. I want you to have a long life. I want you to be able to grow as a person and contribute to society. And that will be cut short if you die. Simple as that, okay? So a DUI, now this is we're going to go very briefly on this. It's just an infraction I say it like that. It's just an infraction. It's called driving under the influence. Different states are different. Arizona's a no tolerance state. It's zero tolerance state. So you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get massive fines. You're going to pay tens of thousands of dollars on your first offense. Jail time, I think it's 10 days your first offense. If you kill someone under a DOI, you're pretty much screwed. The rest of your life is done. You might be able to provide a benefit to society, but for the most part, it's not going to be what you wanted. Stress and anxiety. This is going to be something that is going to be affecting pretty much everybody. I think a lot of my members here, we have a mental health section on the Discord. I have my own mental health issues. I am always stressed. I have high anxiety. I battle depression here and there. I'm dealing with cancer right now, so it's just like there's a lot of things here. Okay, Taoism is really good, Confucian, all these different things. Anyways, stress and anxiety is debilitating. It's a natural way for the human body to actually seek out and recognize hazardous situations, but when you let that emotion go, it's going to control you. You use your prefrontal cortex to be able to control those emotions, be the adult that you can be with the knowledge you have. Don't let it control you. That's why we zone in and we don't zone out. Okay, so if you are stressed and you're almost too stressed to where I need to get out of the house, just go for a walk, calm down a little bit, then go for a ride. Don't go hop right on the bike. Go for a quick 5, 15, 20-minute walk if you can. Who knows, you might not need to go for a ride after that, but if you still feel like it, you're calmed down more, you're actually more relaxed, and then you hop on the bike and let that finish it off. Okay, let it finish it off. So less experienced riders have to think more about what they are doing, which decreases reaction time. Because of this, it is recommended they delay their riding until they are in a mental state they are able to focus entirely on operating motorcycles. So more experienced riders can be upset, go on a ride, and let that upsetness kind of linger, but they've had so much training, so much experience that they're not even thinking about the swerves, the brakes, the sides of the vehicles, how to operate the machinery, and they're just kind of like zoned in, but they're just letting it in the back, that stress just kind of dissipate. That doesn't happen typically with new riders because you have to go through this whole process right here. Is the Fitz-Posner's model of motor learning. A lot of beginner riders are here in the cognitive stage, so they're constantly thinking about how to operate the motorcycle. Oh, I got to pull in the clutch. I got to downshift, upshift. I got to make sure I marry the throttle to the clutch, go to the friction zone, look up, look. They're constantly thinking about what they have to do, and now it adds stress. As a more experienced rider, they're more in the autonomous stage, maybe even in the associative stage, to where they've practiced it so much it's become automatic. So now all they're really thinking about is the stress. They're not thinking about riding the motorcycle. There's only so much you can do. You only have so much brain power, so much bandwidth in your brain. Okay, it's just like, I just used the word bandwidth. Think about that. You guys are at home probably, or wherever you have a router. You only get let's say 100 megabytes download, but then you have 20 people downloading a movie at the same time. It's going to be slow. It's going to be annoying. You're going to punch your little brother for downloading the stupid stuff. But the thing is, it's the same thing with your brain. You can only take in so much information while you're riding, from your eyes, from your ears, from your physical, the feel. You're going to have issues. You're taking in so much, and as a brand new rider, you only have 100 megabyte download, but as a more experienced rider, you got that gigabit fiber, and you could take in a lot, and it'll be nice and easy. You don't have to worry about nothing. So as a new rider, you're in cognitive stage. Slow it down, relax a little bit. Beware that even distracted veteran motorcycles will have a slow down reaction time or may react improperly to dangers. Yeah, panic is panic is panic. You're not paying attention, you look up, a car's there, boom, you panic. It's a natural human response. It takes a lot to not do that, and complacency kills a lot of firefighters, police officers, people in any dangerous jobs, especially motorcycle riders. When you're complacent, which means that you think that nothing's going to happen because nothing has happened, therefore you don't have to train, therefore you don't have to pay attention, therefore you don't have to do anything. Well, it doesn't mean that the next ride you go on, something doesn't happen. Something can happen. Every single time you step on that bike, every single time you start that engine, something can happen. It's a brand new day, brand new ride, brand new everything. You have 100 rides behind you, 1,000 rides behind you, 10,000 rides behind you, hundreds of thousands of miles behind you, whatever it is. It just takes one time, just one time. And so make sure you use that experience for good and push it forward. And tell yourself, I survived 10,000 miles on my motorcycle. I'm going to survive another 10,000 because I'm paying attention. As a veteran motorcycle rider, they sometimes fall into that problem of being complacent. So the review of this, everybody, I want you to write in the comments, write in the comments, and be honest. When was the last time you rode angry? Be honest. The whole point of this is not to be made fun of. You don't have to raise your hand. Don't even write your name next to it. I get it. You're writing your name next to it when you're writing the comments. Write the last time you were angry and why you were angry. Just why. Don't tell me you had a close call. Don't tell me you crashed. Just why were you angry? And when was the last time you rode angry? I guess I did that backwards. When was the last time you rode angry and why were you angry? Just write in the comments. There's no fault. I rode angry. I drove angry. I drove sad today. I drove a little sad and hurt today. It's not, anger is usually a response that comes from hurt, sadness, especially for men. So I learned not to be angry. I learned to actually use the real emotion. And I was hurt today. I was in a hurt mode today. And I had to put that aside while I was driving I had to put that aside. And I got here safely, thankfully. So, life's too short, exactly Lee Benson. But we're going to get right back into this. Okay, we do have Unit 3 right here, but I'm going to go ahead and keep that off to the side. Who knows? We might be talking about that. 3 days ago, today to work, Monday, some guy tried to hurt your dog, so I rode angry. Oh, that's no buenos. Some licenseless twerp was breaking every damn rule and damn near pushed my ex-girlfriend and her bike off the street. No bueno. No bueno. What I got from that, too, is that you had a girlfriend at the time last summer. Hopefully you're doing fine. All right, everybody, we're going to jump into this one. This is just going to be a power through, I believe, for the most part. We're going to power through a lot of this. We're getting close to 2 hours on the stream. I typically only like to do 2-hour classes. I'm getting a little exhausted, but let's jump right into it. Here we go. We got another biker's video here. We're going to go ahead and support his channel. I'm actually a patron. I'm a $4.99 patron. So here we go. Riding through here, we got a little scooter. Okay. Oh, side of the vehicle. They turned left in front of us. Hopefully, oh, he's checking his hand because he possibly got hurt. So that person probably shouldn't have done that. They should have been more to the left. But this is a real thing that can happen. So hopefully you have full gear. Remember, acquire and use personal protective equipment. Let's move right on into this one. Oh, applied the brakes, saw the side of the vehicle. Got very close. Slam the brakes, slam the brakes, slam the brakes. All right, Rodando Conchino. Gonna go ahead and ride. Gonna probably low side. Should have been paying attention to the Smart Rider Basic Training e-course. There is the bike in the ditch. I think we've already seen this one. 1 second. Have we already done this one? No, I think this came from the MotoStars. We've seen it on MotoStars. Here we go. That's why we're just going to power through it. We're going to power through it. A little rubber ducky. Is everybody getting rubber duckies? All right, here we go. Rodrigo Castillo. All right, here we're coming up to an intersection possibly. Oh, we got somebody turning, Go ahead. Good job with that adaptation. We just located the hazard, adapted to it, did a good job. All right, so here we go. Going at nighttime, intersection, no lights. We just have headlights. We're just paying attention. Is this a four-way stop? Oh. Good job with the braking. Should have broken a little bit more. Should have applied the brakes more. We rev bombed and took our hands off the brakes and hit him.
It's fine. Here, I'm gonna go.
Don't hit me. All right, just because you got to check both ways. Okay, watch out. Crest of the hill. You don't know what's on the other side. There's the other side. Don't fall off. Oh my gosh. So when it comes to a crest of the hill, I think of that as a blind vertical corner. You need to be slowing down when it comes to that, okay? Oh, that would have been bad. I'd rather fall that way. I said I was going to power through it, but I want you guys to see that crest of the hill one more time. Yeah. So slow it down. This is going to be an orange stage situation. What's on the other side? Uh-oh. Don't know what's on the other side. That's why you need to slow it down, because sometimes there's turns on the other side, and you're not prepped and ready for that turn. Somewhat of a rookie mistake, but I'm glad he's okay.
उठाओ.
Glad he's okay.
अरे मेरे हाथ में मतलब मुझे
Woo-wee.
बच गया यार मैं.
That guy's got full gear. Love it. Yeah, he's all right. Gixxer R Power. Okay, we're on an interstate. This is not your personal racetrack. Going 290 something. Jeebus. Whoa. Are we reading? Are you watching my live stream? Is that the chat right there? Nah, dude. Not while you're riding. You got to do it before the ride and after the ride. Okay. If you really want to learn a little bit more, take the class. All right, watch out. Nighttime. We got side of the vehicle. Oh, uncommon thing. Uncommon thing. Side of the vehicle again. Side of the vehicle again. Side of the vehicle again. Did a decent job. I wouldn't have honked the horn. All right, Jared, here we go. We've already seen this one before on MotoStars, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and crash it. Hit her back. High impact, high mechanism. Ran him over right here. Didn't want to show it. Just kidding. He's fine. No buenos. No buenos. Look at the vehicle. Destroyed. Hopefully his body does not look like that, but the bike does. Yeah. That one biker moving through here, side of the vehicle, that is going to be an orange stage because it's an intersection. Did a decent job. Just don't rev bomb. Apply the brakes. Progressive braking is what you need to be doing, not rev bombing. So the House of Sovereign. Here we go. Moving through here. Oh, no. We hit something. We hit something. Or applied the brakes. So probably talking on Ricardo, Pack Talk. Probably talking on the Cardo. Go ahead and use the link in the description with that. Get a discount.
You think?
Let's take a quick look at what happened. One more time. So hit something in the road, maybe applied the front brakes a little bit too much, lost traction on the front tire, crashed a little bit. Just a little bit. Hold on, stay right there, Damien says.
Well, I can't go anywhere.
Uh-oh. So the bike is on top of her leg.
Oh, I bruised my apple.
That's no buenos.
What is it? It's gravel.
So one of the problems here is that we're around a blind corner. I want him to be able to control traffic, so we're looking for hazards, ensure our own safety. That's a big thing because if a vehicle is coming around the corner super fast, we're going to get hit. So, it's fun. Yeah, we're laughing about it, but let's get ourselves out of the roadway because we're possibly going to get hit.
Fucking gravel.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hit the kill switch.
Let's get ourselves up and out. Up and out.
I really am just stuck with my foot under my bike right now.
See you later, bikers.
Really, stuck. Okay.
Good to have you in here. We talk about gravel and how to handle it in the basic training e-course. It's only $4.99. Links are in the description. All right, MN Dan, here we go. Moving through here. Traffic. It's going to be orange stage because we're going through an intersection. There's that side of the vehicle. Good job recognizing it. Now we're going to go through here. Andy Kyo. Okay, we got some road surface hazards like a side of a doggo. Oh, it's a Dalmatian. Please don't hit it. Please don't hit it. Thankfully, no one got hurt in this. Was able to apply progressive brake pressure, allow the dog to keep going, and moved on. Full effect. Going through here, we have a very fast situation. Slow down around a corner. Slow down around the corner. He knew. He moved. Oh, we just decided to stop turning. Okay, we decided to stop turning. See, he's turning, and then he straightens it up and falls over. Commit to the turn, everybody. Bike swung out 55 to 60 before the turn, kept it calm, and put my left foot down. Don't do that. We can't be Flintstoning our bikes. Commit to the turns. Before I knew I was out of time to react, so my last resort was to shut up and enjoy the ride through the grass by either riding it out or eating grass. I chose option 2, apparently. Yeah, I'd rather hit the grass than hit a car. So hopefully he's doing fine. Remember, you got to make it through the turn. You got to actually commit to the turn. Slow it down. Don't try to keep up with their buddies. Talk on your Cardo or use your phone mount to get you where you need to go. Put in the GPS, phone on the GPS. Tell them you're going to be getting there sooner or later. Boom, 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 done, done, done. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Sign into class. Make sure you guys grab a slice of pizza because we're going to throw them all out before we leave today. All right, here we go. We got some saucy wheels going on. So we're going to do some wheelies, had a little group ride. That dude just fell off the bike. Did he hit him? Oh, no, so he actually did the wheelie and then got launched off. This dude's trying to dodge him, and he just went going. Okay, not good, not good. So how are we going to help him? We rescue this rider. If you don't know how to rescue a rider, we have the rescue booklet available right now on sale. It's a full-on comic that's going to tell you how to rescue a rider. It comes with every single one of our trauma kits, our rescue kits and rescue packs. But he doesn't look good. Not full gear, so injuries are going to be more severe. All right, so let's watch this guy.
Every day.
Okay, we got a merge issue possibly. So we got a big big truck.
Miles.
Good for you, buddy.
I bought this bike and
Big truck. This guy doesn't want to be by the truck. He doesn't want to be behind the truck.
yeah, look at that. Look at that.
We were in the blind spot. We were in the blind spot.
That's what I'm talking about. There you go.
Not a big deal. Handled it. Did a good job. Recognized the patterns ahead of time.
They don't.
Seek and recognize. Seek and recognize.
They run over, man.
All right, here we go. Having some fun. This is just going to happen when you're out doing this kind of stuff.
Oh fuck.
Ah! Gravity attack, baby. All right, ARG rides. Here we go. Moving through here. Oh, are we doing a wheelie? I think we were. And we are going to crash and die. Just kidding. Hopefully he didn't die. Hopefully he's fine. He's going to get up and move. We started looking at the sky and fell down. Not good. Make sure you wear full gear. Make sure you wear full gear. If you don't know where to get some gear, we have a link in the description for some good, inexpensive beginner gear that Revzilla puts together. It's an affiliate link if you're going to buy stuff from Revzilla anyways. Check it out. I have no idea what happened there. But anyways, we got GCAS 90. What's going on? Crest of the hill, sharp left turn, crest of the hill, sharp left turn. Something in the road, uncommon thing in a common situation. What are they doing? Good job with the adaptation. Good job planning your ride. That was great, dude. That was great. You're going to speed. You do you, but you got yourself out of there. Barney is riding. I love you. You love me. Here we go, and crash and hurt our knee.
Dirt. Dad went down.
Dad? Did you hear that? Block traffic on the opposite way.
Yeah, I think so.
That was really good. Good communication, full gear. These guys are smart riders. They're doing their thing. They're speeding a little bit. You know, they do you.
I think you can come back.
They do their thing, but they got full gear. They're pushing the limits. It's their own bodies, not mine. I prefer they don't get hurt. It was gravel that got them. But speed is a factor. Gravel's a factor.
Did you tumble or
Honestly, I think they'd do better if they just went to a track because you're not going to have that gravel. You could push it to the limits. But look at that. Look what full gear can do. Let's take a quick look at that. I said I wasn't going to go do this, but I'm going to do this. Having some fun.
Oh,
Hit some gravel.
dirt.
Was able to brake in time. Now hear this. Just hear this.
Dirt. Dad went down.
Block traffic on the opposite way. Didn't even think about it. We're going to go. So when it comes to this right here, rescuing a rider, we got to remain calm. Somebody calls 911. First, we're going to check our buddies, whatever it is. But we need to ensure our own safety. We need to ensure the safety of ourselves first, and then the patient, the rider that crashed. So looking for hazards, part of that, and like I said in the rescue booklet, we talk about making sure we're going down 100 feet this way, 100 feet that way, and controlling traffic, because the traffic coming around this corner can easily hit them if they're going fast too. So this person just said, go to the opposite side and control traffic, basically. Very good, very good. These guys know. They're smart riders. They're just choosing to push the limits a little farther than I would. But hey, you know what? If you're going to be pushing the limits like this, you need to know how to rescue. It's as simple as that. You couldn't hear the audio? Well, they said basically go down there. If you want the original video, this is a biker's video, and he puts all the links in the description. So this is the biker's video. Thank you for 20K, May 1st. There you go. You can look it up yourself. But yeah, the link's in the description for all of that. Very good. Bonus clips. Love it. Here we go. So we got a birdie. Dodged the birdie. Dodged it. Patty P. Here we go. You got a little ducky. See, everyone has these duckies. Very interesting. Air horn.
Fucking dickhead.
Hey, wait. Don't use that language here. Nightly ghost. How much is it?
It was $5 and $1.99.
$5 and $1.99. Did you know for only $4.99 you can actually take the basic training e-course that we have here at the MTC Rider Academy? Go ahead and come on in. It's cheaper than a gallon of gas right now. And you're going to get 3+ hours of motorcycle training. You're going to get the cone patterns, the digital versions of it. Guys, you're going to get so much. You're actually going to get the digital version of the rescue booklet. You're going to be able to download the rescue card. You're going to have so much stuff, and it's less than a gallon of gas.
Let's see how much a full tank costs me.
Let's see how much a whole tank costs.
No. Fucking. Oh, stupid. I know exactly what fucking happened.
That was about $42 that he just spilled everywhere.
$20.
$20. $20. That is 2.5, 3 months of the MTC Rider Academy membership. Right there.
What happened is that as I was filming this, I was trying to get it to stop, and this fucking latch.
Here we go, riding lane filtering out here in California's. Looks like we have a motor vehicle accident. Everybody's walking and wounded, 3 vehicle accident. So when I see stuff like this, I'm gonna pause it real quick. So 3 vehicle accident. So this person in the front applied the brakes a little too late. The person behind them wasn't able to react in time, hits them. The person behind them didn't even react at all and hits the middle person. That's usually how a 3 vehicle accident like this rear-ending accident happens. Be very careful because you could easily be this person in the middle. So when you don't pay attention and somebody slams the brakes and you're not paying attention, you hit them, the person behind them will hit you, and now you're sandwiched on a motorcycle. That's why you position yourself for safety off to the side. Very, 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 very important. This happens all the time. Thankfully, we're not that person. It's got a Cardo Pack Dog Bold. Special thanks to my patrons. Yeah, I support bikers, okay? All right, everybody. 2 hours. 2 hours. We just got Richard to join the MTC Rider Academy. Whew. All right, everybody. It's time for lunch. I'll be seeing you guys next week. I'm going to stay here and play some video games. You guys can stay if you want. Be a part of the MTC Rider Academy. Hopefully you can hear me. It's really loud. Can you turn it down? You guys ride safe. Ride smart. I'll see you later.